Follow your gift, not your passion. Everybody's out here talking about follow your passion like it's the golden ticket to success. But let me ask you this. What happens when your passion doesn't pay the bills? What happens when the thing you love doing doesn't love you back? See, that's where most people get it twisted. Passion is emotional. It's hype. It fades. But your gift, that's solid. That's the thing you were born with. The thing you do better than anybody else without even trying. If you really want to win in life, stop chasing passion and start walking in your gift. That's where your breakthrough lies. Your gift is something you were born with. It's that thing that you do better than most, and you don't even know how. It's natural. It flows. You didn't have to go to school for it. Nobody had to teach it to you. It's just in you. That's your gift. Now, passion, that's a whole different game. Passion is tied to your emotions. Passion is what you get excited about, what you dream about, what makes your heart beat a little faster. But here's the difference. Passion can change. Passion is influenced by your mood, your environment, your experiences. One year you're passionate about photography, next year it's music, and the year after that it's fitness. Passion is like the wind. It blows wherever it wants, and it can change direction anytime. But your gift stays steady. Your gift doesn't waver. It's always been with you, even if you've ignored it. See, we live in a world that keeps telling people to follow their passion. Do what you love, they say. But what if what you love doesn't love you back? What if your passion doesn't pay the bills? What if your passion doesn't open doors, doesn't bring impact, doesn't produce results? That's where people get stuck, because they confuse passion with purpose. But the truth is, your purpose is directly tied to your gift, not your passion. It's your gift that creates value in the world. It's your gift that people will pay you for. It's your gift that sets you apart from everybody else. Now, you can be passionate about something you're not gifted in, and that's a tough spot to be in. That's where a lot of people spend their lives, chasing something they're passionate about, but not truly gifted in. That's a frustrating road, because you'll work harder than everybody, you'll grind, you'll hustle, but it'll never click the way it would if you were working inside your gift. When you align your work with your gift, things start to feel right. You get into flow. You still got to grind. Don't get it twisted, but it's a different kind of grind. It's meaningful. It's effective. It makes impact. The key is self-awareness. You've got to be honest with yourself. What comes easy to you? What do people compliment you on without you even trying? That's your gift talking. You can't fake your way into your gift. It's either in you or it's not. And when you recognize it, when you lean into it, when you double down on it, that's when things start shifting in your life. People start noticing you. Opportunities start showing up. Doors open that you couldn't even see before. That's the power of walking in your gift. So don't get caught up in what the world says. Don't chase trends. Don't follow hype. Don't confuse what excites you with what fulfills you. There's a big difference. Passion might excite you, but your gift will sustain you. Passion might be loud, but your gift is steady. When life gets hard, passion might give up, but your gift will hold you steady through the storm. That's why you've got to base your future on something solid, something you can trust, something that's a part of who you are. And that, my friend, is your gift. Your gift is your lane. It's the road designed specifically for you. And once you discover it, you've got to stay in that lane and run your race. The problem with a lot of people is they keep swerving into other people's lanes. They see someone else shining, getting success, getting applause, and they start thinking maybe they should do what they're doing. But that's not how this works. Life isn't about duplication. It's about revelation. You don't get ahead by copying what someone else is doing. You get ahead by owning what's already inside of you. Your gift is tailor-made. It's customized. Nobody else can do it the way you can. The moment you start focusing on someone else's gift, you start neglecting your own. And when you do that, you lose traction, you lose time, and eventually you lose yourself. See, when you're operating outside your gift, it shows. Things don't flow right. You're constantly hitting walls, dealing with frustration, feeling like you're forcing everything. That's because you're not in alignment. But when you get in your lane, when you figure out that thing you do naturally, effortlessly, and you build around it, everything changes. Suddenly, you're not hustling just to survive. You're building something real, something sustainable, something that speaks to who you are at your core. That's when your work becomes your calling and your grind turns into your mission. But here's the real truth. Staying in your lane takes discipline, because the distractions will come. People will try to pull you left and right. Social media will make you think you're behind. Your own insecurities will whisper that maybe your gift isn't enough. But you've got to lock in. You've got to trust that your gift was given to you for a reason. It may not look like much at first. It may not get you likes and followers right away. But over time, if you keep working it, keep developing it, keep showing up, your lane will take you further than any shortcut ever could. Think about the GPS in your car. When you take a wrong turn, it doesn't yell at you or shut down. It simply recalculates and redirects you back to your original path. That's how your gift works. Even if you've been off track, even if you've been in the wrong career, chasing the wrong dreams, it's never too late to recalculate. Your gift is still waiting on you. The road might look different now, maybe longer, maybe with more turns than before. But the destination hasn't changed. Your gift is still calling your name. And once you commit to it, once you decide, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is where I'm headed, you'll notice something powerful. You'll start to experience momentum. Not the overnight kind, not the flashy kind, but real, steady, unshakable momentum. Because when you operate inside your gift, you attract alignment. You attract purpose. You attract peace. And that's when life gets rich, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. You stop running in circles and start moving with direction. So if you're still unsure, still searching, stop looking outside. Look within. Your gift has been there the whole time. You don't have to find it in someone else. You don't have to ask permission to use it. All you have to do is step into it fully, boldly, and consistently. Get in your lane, stay there, and run your race. Everything you're looking for is on that road. When you follow your gift, you're not just doing what comes naturally. You're stepping into a higher assignment. That gift you've got inside you isn't random. It's not just some talent you stumbled on. It's a divine clue, a roadmap pointing you toward your purpose. Your gift is the very thing you were designed to give to the world. And when you start walking in that gift, you start unlocking doors you never even knew existed. But you've got to believe in it enough to use it. Not just sometimes, not just when it's convenient, but daily, intentionally, like your life depends on it. Because it does. Now let's be real. Most people bury their gift because of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. They'll say, well, I'm not sure people will support me, or it's not good enough yet, or What if I try and it doesn't work? But here's the thing. If you don't use your gift, you're not just robbing yourself, you're robbing the world. Someone out there is waiting for exactly what you carry. Somebody is praying for a solution that's inside you. That idea, that voice, that creativity, that leadership, that healing energy. Whatever your gift is, it's not just about you. It's about the impact you were born to make. The people who make the biggest difference aren't always the most educated, the most polished, or the most popular. They're the ones who dared to trust what was already inside them. They leaned into their gift, even when it wasn't paying yet. Even when nobody clapped. Even when they failed a few times. But they didn't stop. They showed up again and again because they understood the power of consistency. They knew that greatness is built in the shadows before it's seen in the spotlight. And your journey is no different. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for validation. Start now, start small, but start. Work your gift like it's your job, because one day it will be. You see, following your gift doesn't always mean quitting your job or changing your whole life overnight. Sometimes it's just making room for what brings you alive. It might mean waking up an hour earlier to write, staying up a little later to build that dream, using your weekends to serve people in the way only you can. It's about intentionality. And when you consistently show up in your gift, something powerful happens. Your confidence starts to grow. Not the fake kind of confidence based on approval, but real rooted confidence that says, this is who I am, this is what I do, and I'm good at it. And people will notice. Opportunities will start finding you. Not because you chased them, but because you aligned with who you truly are. That's the magic of walking in your gift. You don't have to force anything. You just have to be faithful. Trust that what you've been given is enough, and more than enough, to take you to your next level. Your gift is your superpower, but only if you activate it. So whatever it is, whether you paint, speak, fix cars, teach, cook, solve problems, organize chaos, or make people laugh, do it with excellence. Do it with heart. Do it like it matters. Because it does. The world doesn't need more copies. It needs more people operating boldly in their own unique gift. Your gift is not just your path to success, it's your contribution to the world. So honor it, develop it, and most importantly, use it. There will always be people who mean well, but guide you the wrong way when it comes to your future. You might have family who loves you deeply, friends who support you in every way they know how, but they don't always understand your calling. That's not because they're against you. It's because your vision wasn't given to them. It was given to you. And sometimes when you tell people your dreams, they respond with fear, doubt, or confusion, not because they don't care, but because they can't see it like you can. And if you're not careful, you'll end up chasing a path someone else mapped out for you while ignoring the gift that was uniquely placed inside you. You've got to be strong enough to say, I appreciate your advice, but I know what I was created to do. Because too often, people confuse passion with purpose. You might be passionate about a lot of things, sports, music, fashion, business, but your true gift, that thing that sets you apart, that's your compass. That's the thing you've got to follow. If you let others dictate your direction, you'll be walking someone else's road. You'll be climbing someone else's ladder. And when you finally reach the top, you'll realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. And here's the real challenge. The people closest to you might not understand your gift at first. They might want you to play it safe, to follow a more predictable route. They might say, Why would you leave a secure job to chase that? Or you're not trained in that area? Or nobody in our family ever did something like that. But that's when you have to dig deep and remind yourself that legacy doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from following your gift with courage, even when it means stepping into unfamiliar territory. Your gift will always whisper, not shout. It doesn't scream over the noise of the crowd. It gently nudges you when you're doing something that lights you up. It speaks through ease, through flow, through the moments when time seems to disappear. You feel alive, connected, in your element. That's when you know you've tapped into something real. And when you feel that, you've got to protect it. You've got to guard it from the voices, even well-meaning ones, that try to pull you away from it. There's a cost to ignoring your gift. It shows up as frustration, boredom, burnout. You can be successful in the world's eyes, but feel empty inside because you're not aligned with who you really are. That's why it's so important to trust yourself. Trust that inner voice. Trust your gut. Trust your creator who gave you that gift for a reason. Don't let someone else's fear become your limitation. Now, this doesn't mean you should reject wise counsel or never listen to anyone. No, wisdom listens, but wisdom also discerns. It knows how to take advice and filter it through truth. You've got to know when someone is offering insight and when they're projecting insecurity. There's a difference. In the end, your journey is yours. Your gift is yours, and your purpose is yours. You owe it to yourself and to the people your gift was meant to serve, to stay true to it. Let people cheer you on if they want. Let them doubt you if they must. But don't let either affect your direction. Stay focused, stay faithful, and follow your gift, not someone else's expectations. When you operate within your gift, something incredible starts to happen. Doors open that you didn't even knock on. Opportunities show up that you didn't chase. People begin to take notice, not because you're trying so hard to impress them, but because there's something undeniable about someone who is walking in alignment with their calling. See, your gift has a way of making room for you. It carves out space in rooms where your RA Summe might not reach. It opens conversations you never thought you'd have. It brings you before the right people at the right time, in the right way, not because you forced it, but because you flowed with what was already inside you. This is the kind of success that doesn't feel forced or faked. It's not built on pretending to be something you're not. It's built on authenticity, and authenticity is magnetic. People are drawn to realness. In a world full of copies, the original stands out. When you operate in your gift, you don't have to chase validation. You don't have to constantly seek approval. The results speak for themselves. Your fruit proves your tree. That's why it's so important to stay focused on the thing you do effortlessly. That unique ability that feels like second nature to you, but looks like magic to everyone else. And the beauty of it is, you don't have to be the loudest in the room. You don't have to boast or brag. Your gift will introduce you. It will announce you without you saying a word. You just have to keep doing the work, keep sharpening your skills, and keep showing up. Eventually, your consistency will echo louder than any speech you could ever give, because people respect excellence. And excellence is the natural result of someone operating fully in their gift. Now, that doesn't mean you won't face obstacles. Just because your gift makes room doesn't mean the journey will always be smooth. There will be setbacks. There will be delays. There will be moments when it looks like nothing's happening. But don't mistake silence for absence. Just because you don't see the breakthrough yet doesn't mean it's not on the way. Sometimes your gift is building a path behind the scenes. Sometimes it's preparing the room while you're still learning the lesson. That's why patience is key, and humility too. Because as your gift begins to elevate you, you'll need the character to match the platform. You've got to stay grounded. You've got to remember that the gift isn't just about you. It's about who you're called to serve with it. When you treat your gift with respect, when you steward it well, it becomes a blessing not only to you, but to everyone around you. Operating in your gift will bring you peace. You won't feel like you're striving all the time. You won't feel like you're pretending. You'll feel settled, fulfilled, aligned. That's how you know you're in the right place. And that's what people respond to. That inner glow, that quiet confidence, that sense of purpose that can't be faked. So stop stressing about being everything to everyone. Stop trying to copy what worked for somebody else. Just lock in on your lane. Focus on what all you do best. Pour your energy into that. Because when you do, your gift will go places your hustle alone never could. Trust it, cultivate it, walk boldly in it, and watch how the world makes room for the real you. Sometimes the world tries to pull you in every direction. You're told to be more like this person or follow that trend. You see other people shining in their own lane, and you start to question your own. But here's the truth. You were never meant to compete with someone else's gift. Your gift is tailor-made for you. What's inside you was planted with purpose. So instead of comparing, it's time to double down on your uniqueness. When you stop looking side to side and start looking inward, you begin to realize you already have everything you need to win. You just have to tap into it. Comparison is one of the biggest traps that can rob you of your progress. It makes you think you're behind when really, you're just on a different timeline. You see someone else's harvest, but don't know how long they were planting seeds in the dark. You don't know their process, their pain, or the sacrifices it took to get there. So when you judge your journey against theirs, you're setting yourself up for frustration. But when you focus on your own growth, on your own gift, you give yourself permission to evolve at your own pace. And that kind of focus is powerful. You were created with intentionality. Nothing about you is a mistake. That means your gift, that natural thing you do so well, is not just a hobby or coincidence. It's a piece of your purpose. And the more time you spend nurturing it, the more clarity you'll gain. You'll start to see where it fits, who it serves, and how it can open doors for you. But that kind of clarity only comes when you stop being distracted by what everyone else is doing. You can't build your life watching someone else live theirs. Focusing inward doesn't mean you ignore the world. It means you don't let it dictate your value. You set your own standard. You define your own success. And that takes confidence. It takes maturity. It takes a willingness to say, I may not be there yet, but I'm on my way and I'm staying in my lane. That kind of mindset sets you apart because most people are too busy chasing validation. But when you chase our purpose, everything changes. You wake up with intention. You show up with conviction. And you move with a sense of peace. Because you're not trying to impress, you're trying to impact. The moment you stop competing with others and start competing with the person you were yesterday, that's when growth kicks in. That's when momentum builds. And that's when people start noticing. Not because you were the loudest, but because you were the most consistent. You stayed true to your gift. You owned your journey. And now your results speak louder than any comparison ever could. So take this to heart: nobody can beat you at being you. Your gift is your power. Your story is your advantage. Your uniqueness is your edge. Don't dilute it by trying to be someone else. Don't waste it chasing applause that fades. Focus on building something that lasts, something rooted in truth, in authenticity, and in your God-given ability. Because when you stop comparing and start creating, that's when your real success begins. At the end of the day, your gift is your lane, your blessing, and your responsibility. You don't need to chase trends, mimic others, or beg for approval when you've already been equipped with something powerful inside of you. Stay focused, stay grounded, and trust the process. The world will eventually catch up to what you've known all along, that your gift, when nurtured with consistency and faith, will make room for you. So stop comparing, stop doubting, and start owning what's yours. Because the moment you follow your gift instead of the noise, that's the moment everything begins to change.